Okay, so recently we introduced the file tree browser, and when it's open, one of the feedback that we got from customers is that right now with the file tree open in the existing layouts that most people would have the page set to, that they'll see less of their code, right? So you can see that here it kind of stops around here, but if the tree wasn't there, you actually get to see a lot more. So what we've been telling customers to do is, okay, if that's a problem, why don't you go into preferences and go down to layout width and choose fluid, right? So if I go back to my page here, now I have even a better experience because I get to see more of the code, and I could see more of the code even with the file tree open. And that's great for this feature. But if you have that setting, what you have on your merge request page, what that becomes is this page where the text is actually now harder to read because it's stretched across a longer page, and other areas of the product where it's more like, it looks kind of weird to have really, really long pages here, where it's like, what's going on with this space? So we're kind of making customers choose between whether they want a nice view here or a lesser experience somewhere else. So this has been an issue that's we have for a while, debating whether we should either stick with fixed or with fluid, right? And we've had some debates over the years around, which one's better. And this is like the type of feedback that we get from customers. Like, the fixed width is really good to look at issues, work items, merge requests, where you have a lot of text and you actually want it scoped down. But there's other things like viewing code, where you actually want the full experience of the screen, like give me all the space you have to make it easier to read. So like, and making people toggle between fixed and width is not a ideal experience I see a lot of people adopting. So people are now kind of like choosing which are the lesser two evils do I want to live with, right? And it's like, why can't we just have both? And maybe I'm eating too much Japanese food, but like omakase is like, I'll leave it up to you. And I think that's what we should do as designers, to be more opinionated on how our pages would look better and responsive, not only going down to mobile sizes, but also thinking about how it expands to any available space in the container. So what I'm proposing is introducing a new layout width called auto. Auto would become the default setting. And how this will behave is that it will behave a lot like fluid. But for certain pages, whatever pages we decide, we can fix the width so that it looks like fixed. And the idea here is that since this is the default, all new users will see auto, and anytime users encounter a scenario where they could have a better viewing experience if they had a wider screen. So let's say someone jumped on here and was looking at the file tree, the repository directory, we can have a little button that says, hey, do you want to try to view this in auto mode? And they can click it. If they like it, we can like use that as a signal for adoption. So that eventually, over the long term, what I could see is that we phase out this setting completely once we're confident enough with the adoption and the different pages that we have across our entire platform, so that it's optimized for the best viewing experience. So back to this example here. Beautiful, right? So let's go to preferences. This page here is stretched out completely, but here's my layout width. So I'm going to just click on auto. My preferences is saved. So if I refresh this page, I believe that settings looks better fixed. So for this version of the code, I fixed this page. Now I'll go back to my repository, and I can see that it's full screen, right? And then over here, if I refresh this, I believe that these pages should be more fixed. So then you can see that this page is more fixed. And even for settings, this may not work for a lot of settings that we have right now. So rather than trying to redesign everything, we can just have everything centered within the page. And the beauty of this is all the work that we've done in the past around like fixed headers and things like that still holds true. We're not doing anything new, but I think we're giving the users a better viewing experience overall across the whole platform. And it is just us making the decision whether the layout is fixed or fluid.